Hello, welcome back to Bovine Kitchen. We're all about taking care of this body, God's own temple. Today, by the special grace of God, I want to walk you through how I make my peanut soup. Delicious peanut soup. I just want to walk you through it. Here I have my ingredients. I want to show you first. I have my meat here, about 4 pounds of meat, but it's minced meat. Sometimes I buy a whole lot of meat and I just steam them, season them and boil them, and I partition them. That is, I put them in bags, just keep them in case I have to make an emergency food. This is what is just happening today. Now I have this meat. I've seasoned this meat last week, so this is what I'm going to use today. So we're not going to boil the meat because I already have meat that is boiled already. Here is about 4 pounds of minced meat. I have a turkey gizzard, I have goat meat, and I have the beef skin, which is also cooked bomo. I have it here, and I have 2 cups of the meat stock. Then I have here 1 pack of ugu leaf and 1 pack of bitter leaf. Then the peanuts, I have 2 cups of peanuts. I made this peanut by myself. I fried the peanut by myself and I took out the skin by myself. I like doing my stuff from the scratch. Then another favorite thing I like in my peanut soup is this bony fish. I took out all the bones, and I have this. I love the flavor in all my soup. When I'm making soup for swallow, or even to eat rice, yam, plantain, even cabbage fufu, oat fufu, whatever you want to eat it with. I always like this bony fish. I took out the skin already. And another major ingredient I use for my peanut soup is fish. I always like to use smoked fish also. Then I have here 2 big bell pepper. I have 1 big onion, and I have 5 plum tomatoes. Yes, plum tomatoes, very ripe one. And I always like my food spicy. I have 4 Scotch bonnet pepper. I have 4 there. You can use 1, depends on how you like your food spice, but me, I like spicy food, so I'm using 4 of it today. And I have 2 non-seasoning cube. I have 1 tablespoon of salt, and I have a quarter of soybeans oil. This is soybeans oil. Quarter of soybeans oil. This is 1 tablespoon. This is the nut cube. This is the tiny bony fish. I took out the bones already. 2 cups of peanuts. I did the peanut by myself, and the minced meat. So now what we're going to do first, we will blend the peanut. I like to blend the peanut dry, so we're going to blend the peanut first. When we finish blending the peanut, I will use the same blender to blend the tomatoes, pepper, and the onion. So when I finish blending the tomatoes, onion, and pepper, I will go and pour it inside the pot for it to cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. So let's do that together. Welcome back. We're done blending our pepper, tomatoes, and the bell pepper, the Scotch bonnet pepper, the onion, and the tomato. We finished blending it, so I pour it here. And also the 2 cups of peanut is also blended also. So what I'm going to go do now, I will go and put this one on top of the stove right now on the medium heat, and I'm going to allow it to cook for 10 minutes. I will allow it to cook for 10 minutes. Then, but meanwhile, I'm still going to add this, because this thing can be, the bony fish can be so hard. So I'm going to put it inside before I put it on top of the stove. That's what I'm going to do now. Yeah, and I'm going to add my salt. And I'm going to add my oil, my soybeans oil. And I'm going to add 1 of the seasoning cube. And I will go put this on top of the stove on the medium heat for about 10 minutes for everything to cook, for the tomatoes and the pepper to cook for like 10 minutes, then we'll come back. I'll tell you what to do with the other stuff. Come with me. Tomatoes, the sauce has been boiling for the past, I said 10 minutes, but I let it boil for like because I really want it cooked, so I allow it to boil for another 10 minutes. So it's been boiling for the past 20 minutes now. So the thing is cooked now. So I have some smoked chicken in my oven, so I saw it and I added it to it. So the smoked chicken is inside here. I always like smoke my chicken sometimes by myself. I do my stuff by myself. I like doing my stuff by myself from scratch. So I have it, I added it to it. So now we're going to add the meat, and we'll add the meat stock also. So I'm adding the meat. You gotta come to my house. The flavor is so good. Let me use the other stick. So at this time also, I'm going to add the meat stock. And I'm going to add two cups of water. That makes it 4 cups of liquid. Remember, I have 2 cups of stock, the meat stock, and 2 cups of water, so that makes it 4, because I don't like my soup to be watery, but it's up to you. If you want it watery, you can add more to it, but I think this is gonna be so good for me. So I have 4 cups of liquid, 2 cups of the meat stock, and 2 cups of water. So that's what I have here now. So I'm going to cover this to cook for another 10 minutes. I'm going to cover this to cook for another 10 minutes. This is so good, and we'll come back in another 10 minutes. We'll come back. I'll tell you what we'll put in next. Okay, thank you. See you in 10 minutes. Sure. Welcome back. It's been 10 minutes now, so let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on with our food, rather our soup, peanut soup. Okay, it's boiling. So at this moment, I'm going to put my smoked fish. I took out all the bones, so I'm going to put the smoked fish. So I'm going to stir it. You don't want to know. Try it. You will like it. Try it. You will like it. Try it. You will like it. Don't mind my meat. You know, you can also make this with fish. You can also make this with fish. Oh, so sorry. You can also make this with fish. Yeah. You can make this with fish also. You can make with any choice of your meat. But I will make another video if you want to make it with fresh fish. I'm making another video on how to make it with fresh fish. I tell you, the fresh fish on is delicious, so it's very good also. So please subscribe, like, share with your friends, and also leave me comments. Like this peanut soup I'm making today, somebody asked me to make it. Please, can you put your recipe for peanut soup? That's why I'm making this peanut soup today. Okay, so we're going to cover this now. Everything is here. Everything is here apart from the bitter leaf, the peanut itself, and the ugu itself, the pumpkin leaf. Apart from those 3 items and 1 other cube that is left. So we're going to allow this to cook for another 10 minutes so that the sauce and everything can marry together. The sauce and the meat and the fish, they can all marry together. I have video where I made a video whereby I was describing how I make my rather season my meat and also boil my meat. You can look at those my videos. We'll come back in 10 minutes. Let's cover this and come back in 10 minutes. Okay, thank you. Hello, welcome back. Let's see, it's been 10 minutes now. All that we need to make our peanut soup is all here. It's been boiling now. So we had 15 minutes before. No, 20, I'm sorry. We had 20 minutes before. This is another 20 minutes. So it's 40 minutes now that the pepper and everything has been boiling. So I just want to make sure that you have the timing right, okay? So now, do you know what is going there right now? The peanuts. The blended peanut is what is going next. So I'm going to put this. Ooh. I told you that I made the peanut by myself. I made it from scratch by myself. I bought the raw peanuts from one of those African stores, and I actually fried it myself, and I took out the skin by myself, so I know what I'm cooking. Now what I'm cooking here, I know the genesis of it apart from the raw peanuts. So I mix this with it now. You don't want to know, you don't want to know, you don't want to know, you don't want to know. The flavor is so good. So now I'm going to add the second seasoning. The first one was the one we used for this seasoning. They are always add. So I just do. I just beat it because it's always very hard. So I just beat it with something. So you can taste it for salt. For me, I know this salt is gonna be okay because I don't really eat salt, and the pot that I'm using to cook does not really need a whole lot of salt because it preserves all the nutrients. So I know that the salt is gonna be okay, but at this time you cannot taste it for salt. So we're gonna allow this to cook for another 15 minutes, then we will come back. We'll allow this to cook for another 15 minutes so that the peanuts, everything can marry together. The flavor here is superb. I have too much meat now because of the smoked chicken that I added from my oven, because I saw the smoked chicken. I said I don't want to waste it, so I added it to the meat that I have, that I showed you earlier on, that I'm going to use to make it. So that's why I have the pot full with meat, because I have the chicken also. Okay, let's come back in 15 minutes to see how our soup is looking, our peanut soup. Okay. Oh wow, 15 minutes. It's all looking good and it's all smelling good. And I did not tell you that I was coming to turn it, like stir it every 5 minutes so that it doesn't get burnt. If you don't stir it, it's like your melon also. I was stirring it from the bottom every 5 minutes so that it doesn't get burnt. As I told you, me, I like my soup thick. I don't like my soup watery. So, but if you want it watery, you can add water. For me, I don't, because I want to use this for rice and also use it for our gari, like cassava flour. Yeah, that's what I want to use it for. So I want to use it for any kind of swallow. It's up to you. It's your choice. You can add water to it, add more water to it, but I'm not going to add water to it because I like my soup thick. So at this moment now, I'm going to add my pumpkin leaf and bitter leaves. I bought one pack from the African store. So, and I like a lot of vegetable in my food also. So you might, if you don't like too much vegetable in your soup, you don't have to put it. Sometimes you can make it without even adding vegetables. But I like a lot of vegetables in my food. So that's why I have 2 packs of leaf here. I have the ugu leaf, which is pumpkin leaf, and the bitter leaf. So I'm going to put this now. This is what always comes last. And I'm going to allow it to just cook for 5 minutes, then it will be ready. Moreover is the frozen bitter leaf and the frozen pumpkin leaf, which is called ugu leaf also, that I bought from the African store. This is all looking so good, and I can testify that it's going to taste so good. So I'm going to mix this together so that it can mix up together. Please don't crucify me. I don't like my soup watery. You can add, in short, you can also add, if you want it watery, you can add more like 2 cups of water to this, but this is how I like my soup. So that's why I'm walking you through it. I will make another video on how to make the watery one also, but right now this is how I make my peanut soup. Try it and leave me comment. You will like it. Just try it. Try it, you will like it. Yeah, you're gonna like it. Just try it. Okay, so after we finish mixing this together, wow, it's looking so good. This is how I make my peanut soup. This is how we do it. Okay, I'll see you back in 5 minutes. Okay, thank you. Now our peanut soup is ready. Oh, it tastes so good. That bitter, little bitter taste in it. The soup is so good. As I said earlier on, if you don't want it this thick, you can add more water to it, but I always want my soup like this. I enjoy it more when I eat like this. I'm going to make another video where it's going to be watery, maybe more watery than this, but this is, I try this, you will like it. If you're a big fan of thick soup, you will like this with a lot of vegetable. The ugu leaf and the bitter leaf is so very outstanding inside. Thank you. Please share my videos, like them, leave me a comment, and please tell me what you want to see next time. And until see you next time, remember, we have to take care of this temple, God's old temple. God bless you.